Hey guys, welcome back. We are here today to do some 3 looks, one palette with the Sandra's bundle that I got from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. So already uploaded is a live eye swatch of these 9 eyeshadows and this little extra one that was thrown in. So we're working with these blues, and you know, I've got the 3 looks coming up. I love the colours. My favourite colour would be Sapphire, so this dark royal blue, and probably Tiffany. So Tiffany is a Tiffany blue, obviously, shimmery Tiffany blue. They would be my favourite colours in the bundle. The shadows, they're very loosely packed. So they're not the easiest ones to work with. These I wouldn't call these eyeshadows beginner friendly, but they're lovely, if that makes sense. They remind me a lot of ABH shadows. So there's a lot of powderiness to the mattes, and they kind of kick up a little bit, which I don't mind. It's just you've got to be careful about how you apply them. So kind of stamping them on, then blending them out, just to prevent, obviously, that powderiness from going everywhere. The shimmers are very creamy, and they got a little bit of crumbliness to them. And I think, and if you've watched the live swatches, they do better by packing them on either with the brush or with a finger. They're not quite so easy to blend out or to use a wet brush with. I'm glad I have them in my collection, and I'm looking forward to getting some more shadows from the company. And I like supporting local, so this, like I said in my previous video, it is a local Queenslander, so she's not too far from me, and I like the idea of supporting a local business. It makes a big difference to them. So we're going to just jump into the looks. You can see how it all applies, and you can come to your own conclusion about whether the shadows would work for you. I do think there are still some bundles available, so if they are and you like blue shadows, go ahead and grab them. I think I look forward to see where she goes. I just saw a sneak peek of some pigments that she's working on and things, and I'm hoping that we'll get to that, you know, some of those nice shifty pressed pigments, and that will be good to see. But I will probably order from her again and slowly build up my collection. But let's get into the looks. So let's get into look number 1. Sitting here, I've got no makeup on, and we're going to get started. I'm going to prime my eyes first with some soft ochre paint pot. So I'm going to go in with Polar, just that light blue, and basically run it through my crease and kind of just set this area. I've actually no idea what I'm doing. I'm trying to get inspired. Maybe tomorrow I'll come up with something a bit more exciting. I don't know. Like I said, this is coming. I've just filmed the live eye swatches, which will be up earlier, and I'm still just like blah today. So much fun. Alright, I'm going to take Minty Fresh on a tapered blending brush and start putting that right through my crease. So I haven't done my base makeup because there was a fair bit of fallout from these mattes when I was doing the live eye swatches. So usually when I'm doing a bright coloured look, I don't do my foundation and all first. So I'm just gonna see how it goes. I'm going to go back in with that fluffy brush. Just no additional product on, just to blend. I'm going to take Midnight, the darker matte, now, and just put it in my outer third of my lid. And start taking it up into the crease. Back in with that blending brush. Just going to soften out those edges. Take a bit of Minty Fresh on this blending brush and just run it over again. This is what happens when I've got no idea what I want to be doing. Trouble getting Midnight to want to stick into my fold here. So I'm just packing another layer on. See what happens. So to cut the crease or not, I think I might today. I rarely do one. So I need to add a little bit of concealer. Okay, let's go in with so let's go in with Icicle. I'm just going to add a bit of glitter glue to where I've cut out my lid. Otherwise I will have this transfer absolutely everywhere. I can already tell this look's not going very well, and it's not the eyeshadow's fault. It's just me today. It's all just me. So into Icicle. On the other side of the brush, I'm going to take Arctic. One, I might begin to remember these names at some point. Probably not. I'm going to take that in on the rest of the lid. I'm going to mesh that in with the Ice Cold. Cold on the other side. I'm just going to start melding them together. And go back in with a little bit of that Minty Fresh and just put it back into the crease because I lost some when I was cutting it. It's not a good day for makeup today. I certainly won't be basing my first impression of how these work on the eyes based on today's look. We'll see how we go in the next couple. It's amazing how your mood can just affect everything around you. Even something as simple as putting on makeup. With a bit of Polar and just run it across the top of that Minty Fresh just to somehow make my atrocious job at doing makeup today work. I'm going to go in with a bit of Polar and just run it across the top of that Minty Fresh just to somehow make my atrocious job at doing makeup today work. Back in with a little bit of Midnight just to bring a little bit of depth back into this outer corner. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go off and do all of the other bits, and I will come back and we'll finish off the eyes. See you in a bit. What do they say? Just quit while you're ahead. I have gone off and I've done my base makeup. So I've just got Laguna Bronzer, Orgasm Blush, NARS, Jouer Skinny Dip Highlighter, and my lips is a pink lip liner Petal from BH Cosmetics and Model Co lip lacquer in Morocco. So I then added one of the new Rimmel Wonder Swipe liners. This is in Front Stage. Ripped the name off as I was opening it. It's just, one of those days. And then I've got Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara on the upper lashes. I haven't done anything with the bottom. I figured we will finish that off while we are here. So the first thing I'm going to do is, don't know. The first thing I'm going to do is take a bit of Minty Fresh on a little pencil brush and add that down here. I'm going to go in with a little bit of Midnight just on the outer half third. I got this purple eyeliner the other day. Chemist Warehouse having 50% off sale, so I've been like, ooh. I got the Scandaleyes Rimmel eyeliner in purple, and this liquid liner I've put on, this front stage, has got a bit of a purple tinge, so I think we might try and run a purple through the waterline. I'll probably stab myself in the eye because, you know, that's how my day's going. Add a bit of bottom mascara. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that Arctic, that light blue shimmer, on another pencil brush, and I'm just going to put it in my center corner and bring it around. So here is the finished look. And ooh, come back in focus. Alrighty, let's see if I do better tomorrow. It's not the eyeshadow's fault. It's all me. See ya. Okay, so I'm back for look number 2. Today is going to be a little bit more probably of a subtle wearable look. Much better mood today than I was yesterday. Well, I'm hopefully. I've got to go out into the real world yet today, so let's see what it can bring. But, you know, we'll see how we go, and we'll do that kind of stuff, and hope that today is a brighter day. So what I'm going to do first is I've already put down my primer, and I'm going to take my bronzer. So I'm just going to use my bronzer. This is the Revlon Sculpt and Highlight kit, and I'm just going to run that through the crease as my transition. I don't want to do too much today. It's just going to be quite a light look. So yeah, feeling quite funny. I've got 2 of my kids are away at the moment. So Georgia is up visiting her dad, and my other little one, my younger one that I care for, is off on camp, winter camp. And then my teenage girl that I have is off for a sleepover. So all I'm going to be left with is my boy. And yeah, so it's going to be weird having hardly anyone in the house today. The boy's a typical teenage boy. I'm lucky if I see him, because he spends his entire life in his room. But yeah, so should be interesting. I'm taking the contour colour now, and I'm just going to run that through the crease just a little bit, just to add a little bit more depth in there. Nothing complicated about today's look. It's just a look. This is probably a look I'd throw together for work. While I'm here, I'm just going to run a bit of that bronzer underneath my eye. My stomach's growling at me. I didn't really eat much yesterday with everything that was going on and stuff, and I was like, oh. So it's telling me you need to have some breakfast. So I shall go do that after this. I'm going to take some glitter glue. Now I use glitter glue because of my hoods. If I don't use a glitter glue with shimmers, they will transfer all over my eyes, and it's pointless. So I use it for that tackiness, to try and keep it on my eyelids and not everywhere else on my eyes. So if you have hooded lids, seriously go invest in some glitter glue. It makes the world of difference. So I'm going to go in with the dark teal. So this is called High Seas. So I'm going to go in with that one. I'm going to place it on the outer and the inner part of my lid. So let's see if I have a better makeup day today than I did yesterday. Alright, on the other side of the brush I'm going to take that mid-toned teal in Tiffany, the Tiffany blue. If it wants to focus, there we go, that one. To be honest, I think this is my favourite shade in the bundle. And I'm going to add that to the middle. I'm just going to put a bit of Tiffany on my finger and pack that over the centre just to intensify it. Ooh, I like that. Looks nice. Alrighty, what should I do? Part of me wants to take a little bit of Midnight, so that deeper grey blue. I'm just going to take it on a pencil brush and I'm just going to run it ever so gently along my bottom lash line and a little bit just up here. Mainly this is my kind of thing because with my hoods and my deep set, I just feel it doesn't look complete unless I have something just a little bit darker in this outer area. I'm going to throw some mascara on and I will be back. Okay, and just because something a little bit different, I put the mascara on, I'm like, let's just add another colour. I'm going to go into the matte, the Minty Fresh, so this light teal. And I'm going to put that in my inner corner. I'm going to have a matte inner corner. So, I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to use my Teal Tease gel liner from e.l.f. And I'm going to throw that in my waterline. So there we go. Here's the look number 2. Kind of like this one. I like that matte in a corner. It's cool. I'll see you on the third look. Okay, so we're back for the last look. I have no idea. During the night I was thinking and dreaming about it, and who knows what I'm going to end up doing. But I'm going to go in with the matte Polar, so this light blue matte. And I'm just going to run it everywhere, I think, for now. So I'm using a bit of a denser blending brush just because I want to lay the pigment down. Because it's such a light colour, it tends to not show up and move a bit because it is powdery. So I'm using a bit of a denser brush to try and get that colour down. So I'm taking it up into my crease and in the front centre of my lid. Okay, so I've got that colour down. We'll probably go back to it. I'm just going to go on a shader brush and I'm going to go into the deep matte, Midnight, that grey blue, and I'm going to start putting it in the outer corner, and I'm kind of going to go for, I don't know, maybe like a, I don't know, twiggy kind of inspired look, 60s kind of look. I don't know. We'll see where it takes us. Now I have to take this quite up high into my crease if I want this depth to be seen because of my hoods. So I'm taking it up. And at the moment I'm just putting down the shadow. It doesn't look good at all at the moment. Hopefully with a bit of blending it will come together. I'm going to bring it in. So I'm just stamping it along my crease at the moment. I'm going to go in with a precise blending brush and I'm just going to start softening that out. I'm going to go back in with that polar and I'm just going to, on a little short shader brush, going to re-intensify the colour on my lid and kind of carve out the shape. I think I need to bring a little bit of Midnight just up a little bit higher in my outer droop, just so that darkness is seen. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with how the shape of the mats is looking. So I'm going to go in now with an angled brush and I'm going to wet it. And I'm going to use some of these dark blue shimmers because they're the ones I haven't used yet. So I'm going to use Sapphire and Ice Cold, so these two. And I'm going to make a bit of a gradient liner with them. We'll see how it works. Alright. I'm going to go in with Sapphire first. I'm just taking it out on the outer part of this wing. I'm going to take it out quite far because I want it to be seen when my folds drop. I'm only bringing it in halfway. Right, so I'm going to go in with Ice Cold now. I'm going to do the inner part of my wing. I think that looks kind of cool. I like that. Something a little bit different. Alright, I'm just going to take a little bit of Midnight on that little fluffy brush and just bring a little bit underneath. Now a little bit of Polar to blend that out. Okay, so I just added a little bit of black liner, the Marc Jacobs fine liner, and some mascara. And I've put on my lips Colourpop Ultra Matte in Bianca. So that's pretty cool. I kind of digging this one. This is what happens at 4 in the morning when you're thinking about makeup. That's my world. Alright, so that's look number 3. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed those looks. Which one was your favourite? You'll have to let me know down below which one you liked the best. What you thought of how the shadows were performing. Always remember too that my eye shape is my eye shape and how things perform on me might be different to how they perform on your eye shape. I am older. I do have all of those folds and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So I have to be careful when applying shadow and be aware of that. I would love to have like a really super structured cut crease with, you know, like negative space and all of that kind of stuff, but it just doesn't work on my eye shape. And so I try to work with what my eyes can do. So if you haven't already, subscribe, and that would be great. Give it a thumbs up. And as always, remember, be kind, be strong, and be a warrior. And I'll see you later. Bye.